So, welcome again with you today on Sculpt Quest. It's Marvin Tabi Ashu. I am so delighted to be here present with you again today. So, without waste of time, you already know how we do it. It's a place where we share experiences, we touch topics that really matters to us, men, boys, and sons. Feel free to share with us your experience being here at the comment section, and why not share with us what you look out for or things that you expect for us to touch. Just give us your opinion of the whole thing and how the package is being presented to us. So today we are looking at building up relationships with sons or children that have been abandoned for a while. Rebuilding, that should be the theme anyway. So I have heard people talk about my son or my child is going to look for me no matter what. So a child never runs or stay away from his father. These things are normally said by people who feel like it's their right, you know, to be called that. And I always tell people that for the fact that by chance you got an egg fertilized, do not give that child any responsibility to find you, or it does not entitle you to anything. So and I also ask them questions like, would you be proud of what comes looking for you as a son in case they do not meet your expectation? Would you be proud of a thief? Would you be proud of a drug addict coming for you as a son? Would you say have that same confidence to show and introduce this same son to your friends and family? So, as much as you will not be comfortable enough to tell people that that is my son as a drug addict, it is a need for you to be there to mentor them, to prevent them from becoming damaged. You have to be there to give them reason why you should be proud of. Look, as a father, the greatest investment you can make to yourself is to invest in the life of your children. I mean, that is your essence. That's your being. That's your legacy. That is your legacy. I mean, if you see a son, you should see his dad already without meeting his dad. That's the point. So, one thing that we must have in mind is rebuilding or having a new relationship with a son or a child that you've never been with or you've never been there for is very, very complex. It is easier for you to mentor a child, instill your value in a child when they are still very young than trying to make amends when they are already an adult. Because the set of values that they grew up with is totally different from what you have as a dad. So there is definitely going to be a conflict because what he or she has received from that figure that was there for them might be opposing to what you know. So if you are meeting up with this child, there are things that you need to watch out for. You do not have the right to push them to think that what you have for them is best for them. Because if you had their best interest at heart to begin with, you would be there for them as they grow. One thing that you need to be we need to be mindful of is this: increase pressure and anxiety. Have it in mind that you both have a different set of values to life due to your absence. The worst you could do is to try to push them to meet certain expectation, making it difficult for them to cope with their challenges they are already facing. You coming into your life, you not being there already brings in a lot of pressure on them. So give them the space to slowly accept and let go of their old belief system while accepting you for who you are. These are some of the challenges that we are always going to face, and it is very difficult to make amends at that level. Whatever I am sharing with you is not based on what I read in a book. or watched in a movie, but I'm coming to you with a first class information based on my own personal experience because I know how challenging it was and it still is for me to rebuild. And I know the things I was prone to, even not for my grandma, my grandparents, and my support system, who happens to be my aunts and uncle, who really like sat back to nurture me and gave me the life that I have as a son, as a man, and as a dad to be. And because I have been through some of these things in life, I dare not try to let the same mistake repeat itself again because I might have been lucky not to self destruct, but my son or my child won't have the same opportunity that I have to flee away from some of those challenges. So, this is why I am trying my best to make sure that the information that I have as a person can be shared with a whole lot of people who are going through the same difficulties or parents who lack the ability to rebuild with their own kids. This is why we are here. Strained relationships. Frequently, parental pressure from absentee parents or father can strain the relationship between the younger adults and his father. It leads to adult children feeling misunderstood or unaccepted, leading to resentment or distance in the relationship for obvious reasons. I maintain that understanding a child can be even more crucial than the love we are trying to give. Like, these are some of the things I've been talking about, like, for the longest of time. You might feel like what you're giving them is best for them, but that is not what they are looking at. So, as a dad that have been absent and you do not really know your kids very well, what do? You sit down and listen to them. Make sure that you minimize any chances of misunderstanding. This is why we are here to help me help you. But look, son, I know I failed. I know I have been absent. I know I have not done that or done this. I have not been the best dad that you might ever want. But here I'm at. Please, let us work together as a person. Let us work together as a team. I want to be there for you. You know, you can do that. But how do I help you? Admit it. Admit it. Admit it. So if you cannot express emotion, if you cannot feel sorry for not being there for your kid, how therefore can they accept and trust that you are there right now and you really want to do the things that they hope that you do as a father? That acceptance is a means of readiness to pick it up from where things are, to put your shit together and give this child hope that you would be there to protect them, you will be there to provide for them, you will be there to reassure them, you will be there to to motivate them. That is a new drive. Reduce motivation and performance is another thing that we worry about. Please realize that excessive pressure from parents can lead to adult children having reduced motivation and performance. The fear of failure or disappointing others may create a mental block, hindering a child's ability to focus and follow through in their own endeavors. Imagine me coming to you every day. Oh, you said you were supposed to do this. Oh, you have to do this. You have to do that. Man, this is not what I believe in. This is not how I was brought up before you came. So, you putting pressure on them might be a form of blockage in their own way of reasoning or their ability to pursue life in the best way possible because they are struggling with a lot of information at once, either to please you who've never been there or to do things the way they want them done, and that is it. So please, this is common with us around here. We do things for whatever reason. We don't want to know why you had a child and never wanted to be there. But I think it is a mistake that we are doing not to be present for our child, not to be present for our children. The thing is, every black child that you see down the street misbehaving, it is you and me misbehaving because I am black and you are black. You are a father and I am a father.